Hey, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Just waiting for that mic to go on. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is well. We are thinking of you always.
And we are showing a picture of Sassy paying homage to Kuan Yin.
Who is the goddess of, I think she has some healing qualities, but also tranquility and peace, which is what I think we need a little bit of right now. And we're getting a lot of right now as we quarantine, etc.
The healing powers of one or the other have inverted them.
Oh, no.
There, that looks better.
That's funny. Oh, dear.
I could fix that.
Well, anyway, just to show, you getting back there? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it on? Just to show another version of Kuan Yin here is one by, with Colette Baron Reed's deck, which was illustrated by Jenna Della Grattaglia. I hope I'm saying that right. And this is a Hay House deck, I believe. I hope I'm saying that right. Because now I'm just stammering. Of course it's Hay House. That's where she's been publishing. But anyway, I wanted to share some thoughts in here about Kuan Yin with you. Kuan Yin has always been a special goddess to me personally, and I think, and this is her time. I think there is a feast day for her in the month of March as well. Excuse
you
me,
mentioned
people.
that it was March 15th.
Yeah. And so I was going to share some thoughts because this really ties into some of the stuff we are all experiencing right now. So I'm going to read the empowerment message first of the Kuan Yin card. And also the card, the keyword on the card is compassion, which I think we all really need to show right now, empathy and compassion. So compassion is what is needed right now to help you release perfectionism and defensiveness. The purpose of compassion is to help reduce suffering in the world. So be mindful not to judge others or yourselves too harshly as you stumble through life's obstacle course. In fact, tuning into the energy of compassion and kindness almost instantly eradicates the stirred up energy of controlling thoughts and knee-jerk reactions. The Chinese goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin, offers a gentle nudge to ask yourself this question. What would kindness do in this situation? If you approach everything with that in mind, you will discover solutions and new paths unfolding before you. In fact, living with compassion as your guide really changes everything, right down to the products you buy and the foods that you eat. Today, make kindness a priority. The world will be a better place, and you will feel amazing as you see the miracles light up where you least expect them.
Thank you.
There is some other things, the alignment message. I'm not going to read it because that really does get into the heart a little bit of what we're all going through right now, grappling with the pits of despair. But you can call on Kuan Yin for that peace and tranquility that she provides for you. I have a chant. I'm really not sure I have a singing voice today, so I'm not probably going to sing it to you, but it basically goes, Mother of Mercy, Goddess Kuan Yin, help us to find the goddess within. Mother of Mercy, Goddess Kuan Yin, lead us to the light, let healing begin.
I remember.
Hey, Balkus.
I remember the first time we did that chant.
I do too. And we sung it. There will be a sung version at some point of this, but not today. My voice is not operating as it should. I had one other thing to share, if I could, Mr. O, while we're just hanging out here in the beginning.
I didn't know I was in charge.
Oh, I'm just checking, I guess, because I'm going to do it anyway. You know I am. So I have this thing called the... The Empathic Oracle, which I just got recently. And the Empathic Oracle is for people like me, empaths. So I pulled a card earlier that I thought might be kind of reflective of what we empaths might be needing to think about today or keeping in mind today. This card is the Desert. And It's a very brief thing, so this will not take long at all. The barrenness of the dry, parched landscape may seem to be my destination, but still it asks me to look closely for its beauty. So on the journey forward, you see only muted shades of gray, and this begins to become your emotional mood. Steps forward seem pointless because the purpose seems to have lost its destination into vibrant color. As an empath, you must not forget your sensitivity to energy allows you to search out even the tiniest ray of vibrancy of color in every journey. The colors are always there. You must simply believe and feel. Has that which is before me lost its appeal? Do I allow myself to always look for hidden meanings? Should I shift my perceptions of the situation in order to see it in a new way? So this might help you navigate, this difficult time we're going through right now. So are my messages for today.
All right, thank you. And as you can see, Sassy is very affectionate with us today. She's just laying all over us, and I can already feel the fur fly.
Uh-oh.
And always,
we didn't brush her this morning. Yep, I thought about it too, doggone it. Anyway.
Yeah, she needs a good brushing.
She needs a good brushing. So we've got a list here for everybody. And you never know. Things have been really short lately, so we might be able to tie on some extra readings at the end. On Thursday night, we did a longer version of a Lenormand reading for people. So it just depends how much time we have. And also, I have a couple of things to share at the end if we seem to be not having enough readings to do today. Right? Mm-hmm. And do you have any announcements?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to guzzle a drink of lemonade there.
So I gave you some cover for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You're welcome, E.T. So the list we have right now, we have Asel first, Josephine, Merwin, Benita, Esoterics, Ronnie, and Balkis. Is that right? Did I say it right? Okay.
So. Ronnie. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So let's start with Asel, but do you want to say what cards you're going to read while Asel's posting a question?
Okay, I can certainly do that. And I've picked out 3 decks to use today in no particular order or reason. And one is the English Magic Tarot, which I've been using a few times. And then I'm also going to use Paul Huson's Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot. These are both semi-old-fashioned. And then something that's just completely retro from the 70s, perhaps, early 80s. And that's the Karma Music Tarot cards. And they're really bigger than life. It almost looks like
Sassy's liking it. She's
Joker.
licking you.
Yes, Asel, you are first. We're going to start in a moment. Did you want to mention yours?
Yeah, Asel, you can write your question and we'll get right to you. Of course, I'm going to be using the Ciro Marchetti Lenormand today. I might switch that up next week. I'm going to be switching up all my tarot cards, I think, next week. I'm using the Fae Tarot again, which I've been using recently. And I've been using of course, the Pagan Cats Tarot. And last but not least is this whimsical tarot as well, which is kind of fairy tale.
Well, we're both using a lot of tarots today.
I've been using and rotating between 3 decks for a little while now. Where have you been?
I know, but I mean between the two of us.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay, so Asel, what do you have? Okay.
We have that question. Okay, so do you want to go ahead with your cards?
So you would like to know what kind of person he is and if possibly he has a partner. Okay, we'll check on that.
Did you want to use your deck?
Yes, okay. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. And today, when I did the camera setup, I went for a tighter camera view. So if anything looks off, that's probably what it is. So we're a little bit more squished together, perhaps. There's,
Yes, we are close in this time of social distancing.
where's your gloves?
Well, anyway, the deal is that I wanted to bring something up to the crowd, maybe when more people arrive, too. I'll wait. I had something interesting happen to me this morning, early when I was getting up, and I would like some opinions on that, but I'm going to wait till I do this reading of a cells, I think, before we talk about that. Here you go, Mr. O.
Okay.
I seem far away for some reason.
Well, like I said, the view's tighter, so you may feel like you're more constrictured, and in a sense, you actually are.
I am.
So I probably won't go back to this. We had done a tighter view like this in our earliest weeks, and then we flexed out pretty quickly, actually, I think. It's basically just positioning the camera off the table. Right now it's on the table. Kind of, sort of. Okay, and I'm reaching way over there. Ooh.
All right. Let's do a 3 card. We may have to do something else because it was kind of a different part of that question, but let's see if it comes up. What kind of person is the Aries? Yowzer. Well, I don't know. I've got some interesting cards here about that, Asel. We've got the 5 of Wands, and it's reversed. We have Strength, and it's reversed. We have the Devil upright. Well, one thing I would say, just on the get-go, is I'm picking up a lot of Aries or fiery kind of energy here. I don't know about Strength. The Strength more Leo maybe oriented, but it seems to me that there's fire energy here with the Wands and Strength. I just get that somehow. And the Devil card. Well, the Devil card, indicates that this person could harbor some possessiveness, some obsessions, some real heavy maybe passions. What do you think?
It could be. I mean, I'm also getting the feeling with that 5 of Wands reverse that maybe this is a person who shies away from competitiveness, or maybe they're not really engaging socially in some ways. They might be shy just in general. And then with the Strength reversed, that may just indicate too that with them, they may not feel really. It's once again, it's a reflection on the shy thing. It's like they're not confident about expressing their feelings of their heart in some respect. Plus, they may feel some of that maybe is that they feel embarrassed, or they have a problem with some things in their past, I think. So maybe they're secretive a little bit, and so that's part of the shyness, I think, and maybe they haven't always felt that they've been acted as a good person, so they sort of want to hide some of their less savory aspects. I'm not saying that they're like a danger person or anything like that.
No, and I wonder about this because I'm not sure. I do feel that maybe I see what you're saying a little bit here about the not being able to really, maybe a bit of shyness in the way they may approach some things. Maybe, but I don't know. It's hard for me in Aries to picture shy Aries, even though I myself think I was one once upon a time. I tend to feel here that there is a moving away. They'd like to find a little bit more peace in their lives, and they realize in some ways that they haven't applied themselves, they haven't applied their energies towards that. Maybe they even, caused a lot of conflict or things to happen in their lives. And I see them moving away from that now. However, I feel there is this part of them that, they hold on to things. They tend to hold on to things.
Well, and then maybe a somewhat lighter stance, maybe that represents codependency too, is that
Yes, bingo.
they have some codependency problems. So maybe that's not so much about the unsavory past so much as that just that they tend to be a little bit on the codependent side, and so they might be shy about that until they feel like they've gained some confidence with that.
I'm not picking up a clear vibe here if they have a girlfriend. I mean, we might have to do a yes/no on that.
Why don't we try one real quick?
But okay, he's going to do one real quick for you, Asel, since we have a short list. But I think that, and we'll go ahead. Do you want to use your deck for that, and I'll shuffle? And then we'll do the quick Lenormand. If I take anything from these cards at all, I would say, with the Devil card here, it's possible because he seems to, he could, have a tendency, since sometimes this is about obsessions, it could indicate a person with sexual obsessions, so that therefore they may have more than one partner. But let's see what else we get and see if anything else indicates that. And I'll start working on my Lenormand as well as soon as I shuffle and cut for him. And you'll count out. Wow, good for you. I'll have to look for that.
They look like fun.
I think, is that a hand with a well, it's hand with a dollar sign, but it's like a stop sign. Does that mean the buck stops here? And is that a cat in a box? I like that, if that's true.
It is.
Hey, I want to
cute.
cut them.
Oh, good luck.
Get them while you can.
Sassy is like a meatloaf cat.
I use emojis sparingly. I'm just not that into them, but it's coming. It's coming in time. Sometimes just hard enough to me to figure out what to say in a few words, like on Twitter and stuff. And I know emojis do a lot of that for you, but I'm such a word person. It's hard. It's hard for me to do the visual more than the words.
Okay. It occurs to me that we were thinking of that question as, does this person, Alan, have a girlfriend or someone else? And I'm going to say this is leaning much more towards no. I only have one ace, the Ace of Swords. I have a reverse King of Wands.
And is that the Two of Pentacles reversed?
No, it's the Two of Cups.
Oh, it's oh.
So it may be indicating that they've recently
had a
broken
breakup.
up, that they've left a relationship. I'm picking up that kind of vibe. The King of Wands, maybe I'm just going to suggest that the love grew old, that the attraction or the...
You're shaking the camera, Mr. O.
I know. Well, the thing is, because I'm holding it, because Sassy has co-opted.
She's leaving.
Yay. Go away now.
I didn't bring that chair out for her, though.
I know.
I got it, Sass. Here. Just a minute.
Sorry about that, but she was a little bit in the way. Anyway, to me it leans towards no, and maybe they've left a relationship where somehow the love just grew apart. I don't see anything super dramatic happening, a horrible breakup. More like disharmony, and they just broke up. Maybe it was mutual, I'm not sure, but... So now Banshee's going to do the Lenormand.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what this is alluding to. We have the Tower here, and we also have time. Now, I don't know if this Aries is somebody who maybe is in school, Maybe it's the type of job they're going to have. They're going to work for a governmental institution, or could even be an educational or a healthcare institution, possibly. And there's time involved here. So that's why I was wondering about school, because, of course, it takes time to get your degree and stuff like that. I'm kind of seeing or another way of looking at this is that this person might be trying to build a foundation of some sort, something, that's going to take a lot of time.
Well, to me, it may be saying that they may not be quite as available. It's a matter of time before they maybe are more available.
That's a nice
They
idea.
may be building towards this. So that's the tower, right?
Yeah.
So it's more about institutions.
Right, but what you're saying is true, because towers can also isolate people or keep them
That's
away.
true, too,
So
yeah.
that what you're saying has a lot of merit there.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Angel, welcome.
So it may be that there's just, on the practical level, I just see it more as a preoccupation. Like maybe because they broke up from the relationship, maybe they're not exactly moving towards a relationship. They're looking at some of this other, opportunity or career building possibility focus.
Yeah.
That's what we have.
That's what we have for you, Asel. I hope that helps and gives you some information to go on there. Good luck with the situation with the Aries. And hey, Josephine, you're up next. And after Josephine is Merwin, Benita, Esoterics, Ronnie, Balkus, Masonic, and Angel, if you want a reading. And right now, while we're waiting on Josephine's question, I wanted to bring
You're
something
welcome,
up
Estelle.
that happened to me this morning. And I was waking up, and I was still partially asleep, and I heard this voice, this was inside in my head, say to me, St. Bridget's Day. And I'm like, woke up. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, what does that mean for me? What does that mean? Should I be invoking the goddess Bridget? Should I be, I looked it up, and there is the Saint Bridget in the Catholic tradition got her feast day, because I think she died supposedly, if you believe the mythos, on around that time, February 1st or 2nd, I believe. So I'm not sure if that date is significant, if there's something else I should be looking at here. Is it just I should be invoking the energy of Bridget? Bridget has so many different qualities, as well as healing. There's the creative aspects and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Poetry.
Poetry, that's true, and I've been thinking a lot. I've had some dark thoughts lately, considering some of the things that have been happening in our state relating to getting supplies from the federal government. I am not going to go into any details. But it was starting to well up, and I was ready to burst at the seams and throw something out there on Twitter. But, I decided I'm going to be writing a lot of poetry, and I'm channeling that energy elsewhere. But there will be things that will be said.
Okay, so we have Josephine is looking for
Yes.
a love life question.
So if anybody has any thoughts for me about the St. Bridget's Day, let me know. And we're ready.
Talk about a mixed bag.
It is a total mixed bag for you right now, Josephine. Well, I think you might be, or, you've just recently started overcoming some real betrayal and hurt. Ironically, this was my tarot haiku for this week that I posted on Twitter. And it speaks about betrayal and really feeling like you've been jabbed by somebody very strongly. And it's hard getting up from something like that. And I think that that's still an influence that's surrounding you a little bit here. But go ahead, Mr. O. Do you want to talk about that one
No,
first?
I agree with you there. I
Okay.
can't really add much to that. It just really feels like, and I guess you're saying you feel like this has happened or this is still being internalized at some level.
Yes, and I feel
I
that
sort of feel that way,
obviously
too. I don't
this
think
is a
it's
question about your
coming.
love life, so I do feel that's where this came from, this betrayal, this hurt. And now,
Yet at the same time,
yeah,
you have the upright Nine of Cups, which of course a lot of times means your most fervent heart's desire, your wish come true. So it signifies a lot of hopeful, great qualities.
yes.
And so that's upright too. So there's sort of a contrast there. So I can only say that maybe what I think it means is that from that sense of betrayal, that utter hurt or whatever that is, you are moving towards your heart's desire.
Yes, actually, that's very good because exactly, it seems like coming out of this, it shows you, and you really are aiming and putting your energy towards your goals and your wishes. You want something to manifest in the area of your love life. And, that's a big part of making it happen. I mean, we have to do some of the work to make it happen, but, putting your mind there and envisioning what you really want and desire is a big part of it as well. But this last card here seems to indicate to me it's still going to be a little slow in coming. You got the Knight of Coins reversed. And I feel that, there might be some stumbling blocks and missteps along the way still. It might be that you do encounter somebody coming into your life, but they're going to be kind of a disappointment if that's the case.
Well, it may be too that there's a different kind of dependency, that maybe there's somebody who needs financial help, and that it's not necessarily that it's a new person, but maybe it's some other situation in your life, a child, a relative, a cousin, a parent, somebody else, a sibling who maybe is looking for your help, depends on you in a certain way. Yet I also get the feeling too that they will hinder some of this sense of where you'd like to go with approaching a love life, because it's sort of like a responsibility that puts a limitation on you. In other words, it may be that, what are you getting there? I've kind of lost some of my train of thought with this one.
I think you were doing well up to that point.
Yeah, I know. It just something happened there.
Well, I don't know what
I
this
just feel like it
is.
veers off of the path of what the love life question was going. What do you got?
Well, but here's the tower again. It's interesting that this comes up again. I know everybody in different parts of the world have different things going on right now, but a lot of us are in kind of our towers, our homes, and in isolation right now. So, I'm wondering if that's why I'm getting the darn card so much here. But then also we've got the child. And to me, this kind of indicates to me that, you're going to make small steps to achieving something solid. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that things are not going to happen too quickly, but I do think that some steps are going to be made. You may meet some people, you may mingle a bit, you just might not find something serious right away. And it's going to be coming out of a period of solitude and aloneness of some sort. So I'm sensing that it's still not going to be this, like maybe this next month. It might take a little longer. Basically, because I'm also thinking of the pentacle here.
Well, the Knight of Coins, Pentacles always sort of is a sluggishness, is something that's slowly moving. And so if this wasn't really talking about not codependent, but dependencies with responsibilities for other relatives, it could just be talking about that whole sluggish tide of movement, which I guess is what you're reflecting
Yeah,
there.
the child is either small things, which is why I said maybe small casual relationships, or it can indicate, it's possible it can indicate somebody younger coming into the sphere. It's possible. But see, you've got this institution card here, which means sort of like isolation, or you could meet somebody maybe at school. That's a possibility. But I'm sensing here also that that's a card of still stepping back a bit. And you're going to take small steps to get out there again and reactivate, I think, your love life.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to go with that too. I'm not getting anything more specific than that.
None of these cards, Josephine, that came up are fairly romantic cards. The Nine of Cups has some emotional qualities to it, happiness.
Coins.
But, no, the Cups, Nine of Cups.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. But I think that overall, it's not showing me anything that I could say definitively something's happening really soon.
Mm-hmm.
So take it slow and know that some things are going to start to open, but they're going to be just small, casual. And maybe that's the way you need to keep it right now while, this Ten of Cups energy you're still healing from. And that's what we have for you, Josephine. I hope that helps. Hey, Laura. See you've joined us.
Hi, Laura.
We're doing okay. We're hanging in there as best we can, Laura. We are in the infamous now Wayne County of Michigan, which is undergoing some crisis with the virus. So
I am grimly determined to see no other living soul than what's in these four walls.
except when we take our walks and we see people from a distance.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, hi, go away now.
Yeah, I think not at the moment, Josephine. Sometimes, but I would suggest to you is to really start thinking about and formulating and framing what it is you really want in your love life, and where are the next steps, and what is the person you're really going to be looking for. Hey, sometimes the person you meet doesn't meet those standards at all, and you still fall flat out for them, but it doesn't hurt to vision this.
That's right.
All right. So that's what we have for Josephine, and we're on Merwin. Hey, Merwin, welcome back. Did you drop that?
Oh, I did. That means
Grab
it's yours.
We still have a few conversation hearts left, and so we're finishing them.
I need
Desperate
the sugar
times.
buzz. See, normally right around now, I would be just going crazy over jelly beans, especially licorice, but I like jelly beans around Easter time, and I just eat way too many of them. And now I can't.
Wow, Merwin.
I could put it on my Kroger's shopping list, and they could deliver me some jelly beans.
Pound. Mr. O, read the question. And what do you think we should do?
Three cards?
Well, I was wondering here, it says just as friends, wanting me back into my life romantically. Would that be like a yes, no, or do you want to do?
It could be.
Do you want to two cards, like we've done?
Let's do two cards.
Two cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry. We're strategizing.
Okay, I guess we'll stick with Fortune's Wheel Tarot.
Okay. I'm going to get out another deck. Which one will it be? Do the fairy tale, I think. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I like being alone or in my home, but it is to the point of ridiculousness a little bit now. I am getting a little cabin fever, but it's nice to get outside when we can. I was going to take a walk today. The sun was out, but by the time I got myself ready, the winds were crazy. We had something like 45-mile-an-hour winds out here. So we'll see what it's like later. And it was supposed to warm up, but things have changed, and it's going to stay in the low 50s. So walking is a little cool, but we will try to get out next week. I am still working 8 hours a day from home. That's the drill for me, Monday through Friday.
2.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a mixed bag, because this is interesting, because one is supposed to be about the friends, and this one would be about the romance. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm not sure this was the way to go, but let's give it a shot. So we have the Death card here reversed, and we also have the Queen of Wands, and she's upright. And then we have the Ace of Coins upright, and the Queen of Swords reversed. And I'm really trying to figure this out here. Because one side I was thinking do they want to be friends? Does he want to come back and start a relationship? Well, I almost think like the friend part is a non-starter because the Death card is reversed. However, this person does feel you're a very strong, powerful, dynamic person. And maybe that's why they want to have you back in the picture.
I don't know if Banshee knows more about Michael or the situation because I don't remember, but I'm getting the feeling that maybe, is it possible they want you to make the choice or you to make the move, and or because maybe...
Well, this is the part about friends.
Right,
Okay,
but
okay.
see, whenever I see that, I always think of that as having that little bit of a romantic edge to it in some way.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be just saying be the friend, but also something more.
Well, let's talk about the other side then, the romantic side. Oh, look at that. There's the Ace of Coins. Now, the Ace of Coins seems to have to do with money, true, but there are other symbolisms attached to the Ace of Coins. For example, fertility and growth. It's an earth card, and it's the beginning of something. Sounds like the beginning of something new, maybe a new shot at a relationship. But is that a really good choice for you?
Well, with this one, right, I'm wondering if maybe this is saying that maybe there might be some need of, once again, I'm going to say dependency, like maybe they would need your help in this relationship because, they would be dependent on building together with you, I guess. Your income helping them. Let's just get to that. And then this one would be just saying that you should really be really stern on exactly what you want to get out of that.
Well, I think that's very true here, what you just said in relation to what I said, that this person might definitely be interested in starting something again and maybe is testing the waters more in that regards. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to say, let's be friends again. But the thing is here, what he said, it's up to you to lay the groundwork for where you want this whole thing to go, and be careful of, the choices and decisions you make. If you're leaning one way or over another, that's fine, but maybe you really need to take a look at right now that in more depth. Why am I reaching this decision? And is this really the right decision for me? Just to be sure. Because obviously an opportunity one way or another has presented itself to you, Merwin, and you're just going to have to decide which role you want to take, where you want to take it, if anywhere. I mean, just because the person got back in contact with you doesn't even mean you have to say, sure, let's get together.
Right. I sort of just have a sense of something not exactly being out there in the open. Like maybe not every card has been revealed. More on their end than yours, of course. I see. Yeah, I just not seen it to be a good idea, so.
Well, this is very interesting. So, look what I get. I get the letter, a communication. Hey, I don't know if they tweeted you, DM'd you, chatted, whatever the case may be, you've got this communication. And then there's the mountains. So it's kind of like, maybe you feel kind of weighed down by this communication coming to you because it's like, well, I have to deal with this again. How am I going to deal with it this time? It almost seems like it's a roadblock for you rather than a positive. So I think maybe you have to consider just really what you want to do here. I mean, at this time, it's hard to say what's going on, Merwin, because I'm sure there are people reaching out to people and all kinds of things going on right now because of the situation. So, try to be compassionate a little bit in this situation regardless, and just say, hey, you want to chat sometimes, give me a call, let's talk. Keep it casual in that regard. Make it something that you can handle and that you're comfortable with. Or if you want to just say no, brush it off very lightly, because I do think, yeah, there might be some ulterior motives involved, but it also might be just at this time this person just feels like reaching out because of the situations going on.
Okay.
Did I go on?
Okay, Banshee, take a breath now. Because as usual,
Have I left anything for you to say?
as usual, except for that part right closer to the end,
Hi, Jenna.
but you kept going about being the compassionate one. I just had this really strange feeling, Merwin. Is this person have they talked to you about like getting married? Is there like a proposal or something?
Oh, gosh.
I know this sounds just like so out of left field, like, or else is that what is going to happen? Like they're going to just say like, we should just do this because it's, necessary, this times, and
You have heard that from
Ron.
Mr. O.
Yeah, I want to know because I'm just getting this really weird feeling in the back of my head,
Well, that's what we have for you, Merwin. I hope
Woo!
that helps.
I hope it's not true. Especially when I saw that letter.
Yeah, well, you know what? You get flashes of these things, and whether
did.
they're actually legitimate, by the book interpretations of a card, that's meaningless to me because it's what you feel and what you're pulling from the imagery or the words that you associate with the cards, even, and the information you're getting from a client. So, it's very nuanced. Oh,
It's
no.
kind of what I figured. But I also think he's looking for something else, maybe materialistic too.
Well, New Orleans is not a good place to be right now. I hate to say it. Probably travel to a minimum, but,
There was some mega church somewhere. I don't remember exactly
was
where in
Louisiana.
And it supposedly had 1,800 people. And now they know that a lot of these people were being exposed to coronavirus. That was about a week to 10 days ago, I guess.
So, hey, Bonita, you are up next.
Yes,
And
Jenna,
then-
you're on the list.
Yeah, Jen, I've got you. So, Bonita, you are up, and then Esoterics, Ronnie, Balkis, Masonic, Angel, Laura, and Jenna.
Let's use your deck over there.
Yes,
Or one of them.
let's.
I think that's a standard yes or no, and with some nuance we'll probably get from it.
Okay.
Yes, I'm just going to town on those little hearts.
It's
really
I'm
sad.
pulling him back because he ate more than me. There can be another planet sometimes in marriage,
You too,
Mr.
Merwin.
O. You too, Merwin.
So, Jenna, you missed Sassy Cat. She was just so sprawled out over the whole table area. It was really hopeless for us. And then she finally moved. But for a minute there, I didn't think she was gonna. Oh, of course. No, that's fine. In the olden days, if you unexpectedly had company while you were watching TV, you were supposed to turn off your TV and pay attention to these people who came over who you didn't know were
Okay,
coming
Angel,
over.
thanks for that.
All right. So I'm going to cut these cards then.
Well, Angel, if we don't get a lot of people and we have plenty of time and you change your mind, let us know.
Absolutely. Thanks for showing up, though.
All right. So, Well, it's leaning towards a definite yes. I don't know if you have asked this question before, Benita. Somebody has. So just excuse me if I'm wrong there. But, and
Yeah, look
sometimes
at
you can
that.
get mixed signals. And of course, since persons have asked the question, somebody might have came into their life that is new. But it looks to me like you've got three aces here, which is a definite leaning towards, more than leaning towards yes. So it is highly possible you know this person in your life. So
Yeah, there's almost nothing more we can say about it from those cards. It just looks like it's a definite yes.
I think what I'm going to do, because that went pretty quick, let's just
See if we can get
see
a
if we
glimmer.
can't get a little bit more.
Some sort of glimmer. Yes. Then my parents became reclusive and or drinkers.
Oh dear.
No,
Yeah.
not really the second part. They already were.
All right. You want to shuffle quick?
I did.
Oh, cut him. Cut him for me. See what we get here. Well, you have the Queen of Swords upright. You have the Eight of Cups reversed. And you have the Nine of Wands upright. Well, this is kind of interesting. The Eight of Cups reversed seems to indicate to me that this might be somebody that might be coming back from your past, Josephine. Like, you know them, but
No,
maybe...
this is Benita.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. It's Benita. I'm sorry. So anyway, Benita, you may know this person from your past. I think maybe they're not in your life right at the moment even, but that's why you know them, because there's somebody from your past. I'm not getting a clear idea of like an astrological sign or anything. What do you think you see here?
No, I don't see anything clear about that myself.
But I am seeing with the Nine of Rods.
Possibly wondering if you've worked with them, like a coworker, or you had some sort of association with them. If it wasn't a coworker, it was some sort of partnering project, maybe. I don't know.
Are you getting that from here?
Yeah, I'm
or-
getting that from this
That's
one.
sort of what I'm thinking too, is that it's somebody either at work or somebody you have experienced something with in the past. It may not have been a relationship per se, but you went through something where this person was involved.
And maybe possibly they're a bit more on the forceful side than you are. They're a bit more on... They're forceful, but they're also on the side of fairness. They're just somebody that really likes to be a force for good.
Fair and logical and force for good. I agree. Let me
Somebody
do a
like that.
Lenormand and see if I can get anything else.
Okay. Can you give Jenna a brief idea how many more are in front of them?
Well, Jenna, you did come in last, so that after Bonita, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in front of you, Jenna. It's not too bad.
Yes, go serve some tea to your father's friend. No.
Whoa. Talk about your ambiguity, Benita. I've got number 44, which is
Wow,
the
really?
spyglass.
Yeah.
And then I've got the key. And it seems to me that you are going to be...
They negate each other.
Well, it's...
No, they don't.
You know, I think knowledge is the key here, and maybe even spending some time looking back at your past and the people that you've known and thinking about this a little bit. Maybe doing some self-examination. I'm really not sure here because both of these are about finding things that unlock doors. This giving you information that you need, and the key being, this is key to unlocking a door.
Well, maybe what it's saying, it's really one of those things like once you find out one thing, then you're going to find out that you actually need to find out something else, or that the question that you asked wasn't really the right question, and that there's another question you need to find out.
Confused? So are we.
It's the whole enigma wrapped in a mystery kind of thing.
I just think it doesn't want to give us any more information. And, this is going to be something
I'm getting a glimmer.
Oh?
Maybe this person is really playing kind of coy with you, and they don't want you to realize that they feel this way, or that you guys have something moving you towards each other. So that's the sense of the mystery and or finding out. Like maybe there's a little bit of subterfuge, or maybe it's on your part. I don't know.
Well, and this might be telling me too here that maybe the key is this person works with information in some way, disseminates information, works with information, like library people,
We're going to
or
cover
educators.
all the bases.
Yeah, we're going to cover. Well, because these two are very ambiguous cards together. Yeah. So if I'm really trying to put it together with who could this be for Benita, I think that that's just what I have to do. Throw out some options at you, some direction in this directionless two cards here.
But basically, it seems like you do know them.
I think so. I think you're just going to have to figure it out. I guess it's saying, too, you're going to find out in time.
That's funny.
Well, wonder some more, Benita. Wonder some more. That's what we have for you.
And that's why millions come to TFT.
Just having a little fun today. I've seen a lot of things on Twitter today about trying to lighten the mood, and we certainly need that right now. What else have we got? Except each other and trying to make ourselves laugh and feel hopeful about the future whenever possible.
So it's esoterics, right?
It is esoterics. Yes. You are up, esoterics. And then Ronnie, Balkus, Masonic, Laura, and Jenna.
Woohoo! And we're closing in on our first hour. And I have a message of love for everybody that dropped out.
Aww.
So Ace of Cups says, love, love, love to everybody.
Yay!
Because I don't know if anybody saw it, but there was a really wonderful kind of virtual orchestra rendition of the old Burt Bacharach song, What the World Needs Now is Love. And it was really nice. I saw it a couple days ago on YouTube somewhere, Facebook somewhere, and then they talked about it on the news this morning, so it was nice. I always did like that song a lot. It's very typical Burt Bacharach. And then somebody else gets a hold of it, it makes it very untypical Burt Bacharach.
Well,
I can think of one song in particular. All righty.
Are you being realistic? Let's see.
Are you being realistic?
You mean about a particular goal or direction, E.T.? I would assume.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. I like almost every version I've heard.
So is that your question? Are you being realistic?
Let's go with it.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, we got you.
You shuffled?
I did.
I'll do one more.
I'm probably going to go back to the little bit more setback camera angle. I think that works better for us.
And the CATS are gone.
Yeah, they really are. They're not anywhere near.
Well, it's leaning towards no, but there is some caveats here, some positive cards. There is the Ten of Pentacles upright. The only ace we got was the Ace of Wands in its reverse, the Ace of Rods in this deck. And then we have the Chariot upright. So I think this is telling me you're more than likely being realistic.
It's sort of like a test, and it's sort of like, to some degree, I think sometimes tarot says, oh, you're asking the same question again. Oh, you're asking that again. Oh, you're asking it this way, but you're asking it that way too. Da 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 da. Oh, you shouldn't even ask that question because you should know the answer. I'm just talking about my own rhetorical nature. But so I think what it's saying is that really there's this foundation that is firm and strong. It's whether it's just you or just you and a few people or whatever it is, everyone you're working with, it's there. And you have the drive and you have the motivation. You really are there. There's just some times of delay right now, especially with enterprise, which is what wands and rods are. And we just have to hold the line and kind of trust. You are not being unrealistic. Yeah.
Well, this is interesting because the Ten of Pentacles, is a card, like you said, it's building a foundation of some sort. It's financial. It may have to do with your own family or partner, your relationships, health and well-being. And also, this is about movement. And are you moving in a direction that is conducive to that? The Chariot's upright seems to indicate that you are. So, I think what it's telling you is, keep on moving in the direction you're doing. And like what he said, there may be some delays and things going on right now that are beyond your control, which might be causing you doubt. But I think this is really telling me to stay the course. There's definitely some gain here of some sort for you.
And I just get a glimmer right now that says that maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks, I think, some little choice or decision will pop up towards you, possibly concerning all of what this is about. And you'll know it when you'll see it, and it'll just be like an opportunity more than a choice. You're going to choose that opportunity. I don't know if it's life breaking, groundbreaking, but it's just something that will be a good thing for you to consider. And I'm thinking it's in 2 weeks or so, some choice or opportunity that may come to you. I hope so.
Well, yeah, I got the Coffin card, and then I've got
The compass.
the Compass. It seems to me that
something still maybe has to be ended or dealt with or buried before a new direction really is firmly able to be viewed or to be coursed towards.
I kind of am having a quandary, but what I'm thinking here is that a new direction or maybe a new thought or a new frame of mind comes from the ending of something. So, I mean, it's as if there's a possibility here. I said stay the course, and I mean that, but I do feel that what might happen is that you'll realize in the process of this that something, maybe a part of what you're doing or something will have to come to an end in order for you to keep moving in the direction you want to go in.
Maybe it's this opportunity that I sort of feel about. The opportunity may be to change something, which will mean to end something or to quit something or to divert or rechannel energies. And that's what we got.
That's what we have for you, esoterics. I hope that helps.
It feels exciting and it feels okay. It's just a moment of some doubt or feeling the sense of something slowing down a little bit, and you're not totally in control of that.
I think we're all feeling that right now. We're not in control of a lot of stuff.
I like what Masonic says. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Check in with us again, esoterics, on this. We'll see what's up. Hey, Ronnie, you are up. And after Ronnie is Balkis, Masonic, Laura, and then Jenna.
Yeah, you.
I'm going to pull out my cat tarot. You can do one, though, now, if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Karma music.
Oh, it's a past life reading. A little tricky for us with the tarot, but you know what, Ronnie? We're always willing to give it a try.
Thank you, esoterics. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, esoterics. Appreciate that.
We appreciate hearing that, too. Thank you. Okay. Well, gee, then maybe, Ronnie, it's a good idea that I picked this Karma music tarot because it's pretty out there. So let's see what it will do. Let me focus on your question. Ooh. At some point we might
Well, and
have
by
to...
the way, Ronnie, this will probably show a past life, maybe, if we're lucky. But, you may have had many. So,
Well, it makes me think that at some point maybe we'll want to do another one of those readings for people or show with some of those kind of readings that we've done.
well, some of you might not have been there when I brought down my, what is it called? Oh, gee, remembering something. Can't think of the name. But anyway, I do have a past life deck that's really fascinating. I brought it out last time around Halloween, so maybe we'll be bringing that out again sometime. It's a really awesome deck. Remembering Farm Memory, I think it's called.
Yes, I'm missing my spicy Mexican-themed, Mex-Tex-themed food. Don't know what we're going to do.
Well, we are getting a carry-out once a week. We decided to support restaurants.
Did we? Okay.
We did. We talked about
Once a
that.
week, eh?
Maybe not once a week then.
So I have to answer the door with a bottle of Lysol.
Hey, last time we had somebody put it on the hood of our car. I mean, we are taking this very seriously, and I suggest everybody do so. It's just better safe than sorry at this point.
Ooh. Sense of a country.
So what life, and did they say what country? Is that what the question was?
Kind of. And who was I? I know, this is like really going out on a limb to tell you the truth.
I can get maybe more about the type of person you might have been here.
True.
Yeah, well, did we say what the cards are? We have the...
No, we didn't.
No, we did not yet. We have the Page of Swords, upright. These are all upright, too. And the Seven of Swords. And the Five of Cups. I sense in a way that, it's funny here because both of these cards in a way almost look like they're wielding their swords in like wielding a sword in a power stance. We have a gun in this reading. I tend to feel you were somebody who really lived by the sword, so to speak, a little bit. This almost looks like a masculine energy to me.
Well, you could have definitely been involved in underground things. Maybe you were a person who did thieving. Maybe you were a person who did things that were not necessarily legal. I'm just going to have to say that. I also do feel, too, that...
You were operating out of a lack in life, out of need, a feeling of need.
Because of this idea that you were probably really in a really what would be considered lower economic strata of society, you had some losses to contend to, and thievery or dishonesty may have been a little bit more accessible for you. But I strongly get the feeling this was somewhere more in an Eastern country. When I first looked at it, I said, oh, it's Australia. But I don't feel that. Maybe that's another past life I'm getting, something ancient Australian. This seems Asian in some way to me. I don't know why. Swords are air, so there is that. Isn't it fun?
Well, I would say Asian, and it's definitely, you have the cups. I'm tending to think it's by the water. I'm not going to say like a pirate, but I'm going to say that, there may have been something to do with commerce or illegal trade involved as well.
A begging urchin in India.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I would necessarily go with India here.
Well, something like that, where you could be
I
near
was
a
thinking-
large river, large body of
Yeah,
water.
I was almost thinking Asia. Uh-oh, you've got disagreement now between us, Ronnie, on the place. But I think I would agree with him that I believe it is an Asian country.
Ronnie says that they feel they were born near Asia or Europe.
And can we draw any more cards on this? Just a
Sure.
few more to
How
see.
do you want to do it?
I'm just going to throw a few more and see what we get. I think we're going to stick with this because I'm not sure the Lenormand can be very helpful in this. I mean, I'm willing to try, but I'm almost thinking we'll do a few more cards here and see if we get any more information for you, Ronnie. Do you see anything that might be a time period here, Mr. O? What were you saying again about time
Well, I
period?
think it's not very modern, but it could be only if it's in a very depressed area of Asia somewhere, more of a peasanty kind of life, or however that wants to be termed. Shuffle. It could even be just 100 to a couple hundred years ago. It doesn't have to be very remote times. But so I was sort of feeling like it was, where you're more of a witful person, the Seven of Swords, living by your wits in a way. And you're enduring losses and you're not realizing to some degree that you can make changes. Maybe you do later on in that life. Because this the Ace of Swords to me talks about a certain nimbleness or deftness or whatever deftness of being able to really learn things and do some things.
I'm almost feeling, I don't know
Do you want me to
why. Yeah, go ahead, cut. Then I'm thinking about the 13 to 1500s. I don't know why.
It could be.
So yet another sword popped up, and that's the 7. I wanted to see that. We got 2 7 of Swords here. And so this is the 7 of Swords. So that is interesting to me because it indicates to me, again, there's this, how I feel, a propensity for something not over the table, something that was kind of illegal, something you had to do to get by and maintain some kind of balance or stability in your life. It seemed like you had to do this to survive.
I think you're right about 500 years ago. I
Okay.
think this implies Renaissance times to me. the sea connection again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you were involved with merchants who did trade on seas or different countries. That's why I'm getting some of that connection there. What's this? The Four of
It's the Four of Wands reversed, which to
Reverse.
me, the Four of Wands reversed is as good as upright in a way. But I feel that in this case with these cards, what it's trying to say to me is that to maintain a balance and some semblance of a lifestyle that was appealing to you, you had to resort to underhanded means to do it.
Yes, life wasn't a total like fabulously wealthy ever,
No.
fabulously making it,
But I
but it
don't
was
think you
mostly a
were.
good life. You worked hard, even
Yeah.
if what you worked at was maybe a little less than scrupulous.
So I wanted to talk about where you said before about possibly pauper stuff. That's not, I don't see that here anymore. I feel that the life was comfortable, but you really had to do some nefarious things in order to make it that way.
So
And when
maybe
I
not
mean
a
comfortable, I don't mean
not a
luxurious.
beggar Irkin
Right.
who thieved so much as maybe somebody who just a person, they call them fences, people who know how to help people connect stolen things with other things or do favors for things, people that lubricate the wheels of society and make things
You're
happen.
saying grease the wheels?
Grease the wheels, lubricate, you know how that goes. It's
Okay.
a slippery slide, but it's, the way it goes.
Wow. Wow, I'm
Well,
glad to hear that, Ronnie.
I
You
personally
did
am
get a lot
aware
of
that I've
swords
had,
here.
I personally have some feelings about several lives, nothing real specific. Some things a little more specific, but I think people live many, many lives, possibly. I really do.
I think I've been around the block a few times, Mr. O.
Thank you. I thought it was a lot of fun too. Hi,
Yeah.
Libra.
Hey, Libra, we'll get you on the list. It's not very long. So we just finished with Ronnie, a very interesting
Oh, they're
past
going to
life
really
reading.
make us work, aren't they?
Uh-oh.
They all want a past life reading, I think. Oh,
Hey, Balkus, you are up next. It's Balkus and then Masonic,
you're welcome, Ronnie. Thank you.
Laura, Jenna, and Libra.
Oh, that's so funny, you guys. Maybe it was doing that tarot together last time. It's just unleashed all of you folks. Who was next?
Balkus.
Falcus.
What's
coming to
coming
me
in April?
Do you want to
Okay.
continue with karma?
How about mine?
Fine. Pass me a candy, though.
No.
No.
Oh,
No candy for Mr. O.
you had so much of it.
Go ahead, take them away.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes, we'll just leave it on camera so everybody can see.
I promised Mr. O I would bake some cookies. I have not yet, but I will. Some chocolate chip cookies from scratch, because that's what I do. Shuffle. We'll put them here. I want some of those sweet tart ones. Oops. Is that all of them? Okay. There's one. Okay. Not that I'm picky.
Oh, no, not you.
Not me.
No, 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 no.
All right.
Why am I lucky? Why am I lucky?
It's so lucky.
Oh, yes, I'm very lucky. Thank you. I've come to take it for granted. You two
Yeah.
must be working
Yeah.
together.
He absolutely
Thank
does take it
you.
for granted.
Her cookies are great.
The Five of Swords reversed. The first card there, Balkus. The Five of Cups reversed. And, wait a minute, what is this? Oh, of course. The Ten of Pentacles upright. Wow. Well, overall, I think this is fairly good. It seems like in April, there's going to be a renewal of activity, whatever that means, of course, in the environment you're living right now. But it seems like things are going to pick up for you in some way. There's going to be new opportunities, possibly, for growth or doing things, or for your interests or your creative pursuits, or possibly even in the relationship department. It is a cup card. The Five of Swords reversed, boy, that one always gives me problems, but I have a sense of maybe this will be a time where you're going to be able to bury the hatchet, so to speak, but not in someone's back. But I mean, bury the hatchet, with somebody maybe you've had some difficulties with. You might come to terms in some way. I mean, it's not going to be a perfect thing, but you'll feel better about the situation. What?
Well, you may feel better about it, but I don't think
Right.
it's going to be a totally
Happy thing.
Happy thing, and
No.
I do sort of feel you're still going to have some mixed feelings about how it ends, but it will pretty much end though, so that's a good thing there.
And then finally, I'm sorry, I want to
5
go.
and 5 is 10.
Whoa.
How
Go
it's
ahead.
to me. Well, so I just feel that in addition to what you said about that, it's really moving beyond that and moving into a more hopeful period, and finding out that there were actually some people who were there ready to have your back. They just didn't need to be called in at this particular instance, but they're there. And now I don't know.
And now she's on the Ten of Pentacles, but the Ten of Pentacles is that last card. And hey, not the microphone. Okay. And then we got to have a butt shot. Okay. Well, anyway, the Ten of Pentacles is one of, some prospering, possibly some family money being freed up or some money coming in. I do feel it's positive and it will be helpful, and you'll much appreciate it.
This all seems connected to me for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but it seems to me
Well,
like...
because 5 and 5 is 10,
Right.
like you said.
But in order to get to this situation where everything sort of works out for the family and progress and foundation and stuff, it seems like you have to go through these little things that are going on here that were represented by those two fives. So I do think that the conclusion is that somewhere in April, some lingering things that had needed to be taken care of, as well as clearing the way for something else to come back, results in a plan and hope for the future, progress for the future. So that's what I got.
All right, let's do a Lenormand,
Already.
which is, thank you for moving a little, Sassy. That helps.
I strongly picked up India. I don't know what that was. It's very interesting.
Well, I don't know why I didn't, but I figured it was somewhere in Asia. I was thinking more of like China or the Orient Asia, but it's very valid. He's definitely grabbed that one. I think I glommed onto the swords and that kind of thing. But,
Right, because I saw this beggary thing, which I don't think is true anymore.
yeah, the other cards really brought it out. I think it helped. And it helped when we got that 7 twice. So I think when we're doing special things like past life readings, we have to sometimes think outside the box. Okay, so we also have here for you, we have the path or decision that needs to be made, the pathway, the staircase. And we have, again, the bear. So not again, it's the first time today, but you have to really empower yourself, I feel, in April to make a decision of some sort. Maybe there's some kind of decision or thing that you've been putting off. It's time to get it done in April.
It's true, and it didn't really answer your general question so much, really, in a way, but just that it's more of the direction you take.
What was the question again?
Is someone coming to them in April?
Oh, I thought what was happening is April. Someone coming in April. Okay.
I just had to review that. So when I think about that in retrospect, it's really more like about resolving some past situations before the foundation is more set for that.
I see. Yeah, I guess I just misinterpreted the question.
I did too,
and
actually.
I
but
apologize.
I did too, but I think in retrospect what I said was really still valid there.
Well, if I could look it over again, because my thinking
Go
is
ahead.
that something has to. I still think that there's some kind of amends that is going to be made, but that's not. That's not somebody who's going to be coming towards you. It's kind of like what he said. It looks to me that it might.
Clearing the air.
It's going to clear. Yes, it's going to clear the air for new opportunities and growth.
Come on, you.
Maybe you have to. How should I say this, Balkus? You have to really close the book on something before you can start that new chapter.
Huh.
And oh my gosh, Alan, what are
She
you?
kind of fell off.
Can I say that? Oh, what are you doing?
Dealing with her. Okay.
Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles, again, to me, that means that, you will be more open to receiving the good things that are coming to you. And so in this case, once again, it looks to me like you will have, you'll have a big decision to make as far as maybe a relationship goes in April, or maybe on how to make amends and how to move on.
Right. I sort of feel like you have more to do with the decision for this happening than something else.
Yeah.
It's about you taking charge of that.
So I feel since I misinterpreted the question, I needed to lay that back out there. So that's what we have for you, Balkus. I hope that helps. And Masonic, you are next. After Masonic is Laura, Jenna, and Libra.
She's a nuisance is what she is.
No,
I can't
not
do
my
anything here.
sassy.
She's right in front of me.
And she's your girl, too. You have
Well,
said
she
so.
is. She is. I love her to death. You're welcome, Balkus. Past life,
We
please.
need a what? Past life, please. Okay, Masonic. I need to give Sassy a little extra pet before I get started.
Should we try the Karma Tarot again?
Let's use the Karma Tarot again, sure. We can use my deck again if we need extra cards.
Okay, and you know what?
What? Are you missing something?
No, there's one in there
Oh,
that doesn't
turned
want to be
around.
in there. No.
Oh.
One like that.
Oh. Well, if you get it, you just pick the card after it.
True.
Why is the Justice card out?
Because that was the first one I gave you. You're going to start shuffling first.
I'm going to start shuffling. There it is.
I said so.
Okay. It looks like Sassy wants to talk and speak into the microphone. Aw. Sonny was laying with me today, again, every morning now if I sleep in, which on the weekend I can do since I'm not working on the weekend. My orange cat just snuggles up beside me and we cuddle together. Aww. All right. I think I'm just going to do them right here. Do you want me to pick them up?
Sure.
There goes the cat cam. All right. Wow, Justice came out. And did you have the darn Queen of Cups too? Because they're both here. How did that happen? How did you do that, Mr. O?
What do you mean?
Those were cards you handed me.
I don't know.
It's very weird because we cut and shuffled like crazy. Okay, so for you, we have the Eight of Cups upright. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. And we have Justice reversed. Well,
You were exiled from somewhere and they forced you to leave. You became a nomad.
We have cups again, which indicates a lot of water influence to me. Maybe you were in an island culture of some sort. I'm almost thinking back to some kind of tribalism days myself, some kind of tribe. And I feel that, this is just me, maybe Mr. O will come up with a different past life. I feel that you were harsh in your judgments of people and that you stood in a position to judge others. And you may have been driven out from your tribe because of your harsh sensibilities.
Well, see, I'm sort of thinking that's what it was, that the Justice Reverse shows the action of being driven out.
Okay.
And that the thing
right.
is that maybe, you're right, maybe you were in charge, the Queen of Cups, but you weren't good for them. The Queen of Cups represents somebody who really has problems mostly of temperament. And we see what happens when, leaders are temperamental. They make bad decisions.
Well, and I'm wondering, because I'm going back to possible tribal culture here, I wonder if the culture wasn't matriarchal.
Yes, I'm feeling that
and you
too.
were a woman in a leadership position.
I'm thinking it was really in more, this is a long ago lifetime. This is maybe in more prehistorical lifetime. I'm not saying you're a cave person.
I get that somehow.
But you could be, from a culture that we would consider second or third world.
Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing here. I wonder, let's throw a few more from here and see if it adds anything else. Cups could also indicate that you were born under influence of a water sign as well. I want to see if it says anything else that I can... Do you want to shuffle a little and cut? And you pick them up this time and hand them to me. Look at her. She's so adorable. Even if she's taken up all our space again. Ah. What big claws you have, sassy girl. Time to let Mr. O clip 'em.
She says no.
Oh, no. Oh, no, Mr. O. All right. Well, okay. So, we have the Six of Pentacles here, and it was upright. Thank you.
Sorry.
Did she just move one of my cards? Because I
don't
laid
know.
out... Oh, it fell. Oh, dear.
She's entirely too cute.
Yeah, she's taking up too much space now. I remember what this was, and it was the last card. So this one is the King of Cups upright. And the Hanged Man is reversed. I feel here that what this is telling me is that maybe the situation had to do with money and generosity and what? Okay.
Don't laugh.
No. I feel that there is something to do with money and generosity involved. And it seems to me, I don't know, I'm getting I want Mr. O to look at these here. I'm getting a really interesting perspective of somebody here who may not have been willing to give enough or sacrifice enough. I'm getting the feeling that you had a partner who might have been the leader. So maybe this tribe was not matriarchal, I'm not sure. And they were very beneficent in giving, and they really gave a lot. And I have a feeling that the Hanged Man card is indicative of you, that there might have been some selfish behavior or self-serving behavior that got to be too much, and you got banished for this.
Well, how do you see that one?
That's the king, the benevolence of the king. I'm tying those two together. You
I
can
see, okay.
take it whatever way you wish. That's
Well,
just the impression I got.
It may be just that this was your counterpart, or this was a person who was contrary to you and pushed that decision. The person who was more of a generous nature, and that ultimately you may have been given that chance to try and change your ways, and it just didn't work out. And I don't know necessarily that one past life, because I believe
Yeah.
that past lives are possibly multitudes.
A continuum.
And
of
I don't believe that
past
one
lives.
past life ruins all your future past lives. But I believe you can get into patterns, and that most of your past lives may follow those patterns, because that lesson keeps coming back to you, and you keep getting an opportunity to relearn that lesson, or to change what that lesson meant.
Now, see, there's where I have to agree with Mr. O for sure. To me, past lives teach us things, and they're meant to teach us things. And if there are lessons we're refusing to acknowledge, they may come back in future lives to remind us, we need to absorb these in order to move on towards, ultimate enlightenment. It's fascinating to me, past lives. Someday we should devote a show to it. We should maybe
Yeah.
do a whole show around past lives, a special production. We'll see what the future holds. So that's what we have for you then, Masonic, today. I hope you like that. I hope that makes sense. We didn't really say a where, other than I think it's an island nation. My feeling is it might be Caribbean.
Yeah, I didn't have a real strong handle on that. Not sure.
Caribbean more than Pacific, but I could be wrong. The Pacific comes to mind to me a little bit too. I'm going to leave that open.
We did that a little bit around our Halloween shows, Angel. If I recall, we had one or two sessions where we did do that, or it was during the show we talked about it, and we used the reincarnation type
Angel,
cards.
there's this really fun deck. It's probably still out there, and I think it's called Remembering Far Memory. And it's literally decks within a deck, because you basically have a pile of cards that tells how you died, what time era you were from, what occupation you were in, and kind of like a location thing. So we would draw a card from each pile to create this, interpretation, and they're really cool. They may be still available on Amazon. I'm not really sure. I love that deck.
Yes, at some point we keep saying we're going to do a 4 or 5 part series where we go through a number of themes related to the uniqueness or different types of tarot or divination sets. So, for example, we actually thought we could do at least one show on the works of Monty Farber and Amy Zerner, but we thought we could do some of the really uniquely themed ones in a segment, and then we could do some of all the Egyptian themed divination sets in another one, things like that. Just kind of have a series, and it would be available on YouTube. It wouldn't be part of the live stream.
Right. Yeah. But I'm all for maybe doing a special segment live someday too. We'll think about it. You never know what the future's going to bring here. So, okay, that's what we had for you.
I don't think we came up to you yet, Laura.
No, you are right now, Laura, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay. What about Jenna?
Jenna is right after, and then
okay.
Libra. So
Alright.
we have our last three, Laura, Jenna, and Libra. And it is 3:33. Woohoo.
My goodness, we're in the final hall. And look at Sassy. Everyone says you're cute. You are cute. A general message for Laura? Absolutely.
Absolutely. You want your deck again or mine?
Let's use the English Magic Tarot again.
Oh, okay. I'm going to get out which one haven't I used yet?
Or maybe I only used them once. I don't remember.
The Fae Tarot. Did I use? I guess I did. I guess I used them all. Wow. But I'll go back to the Fae Tarot. All right. So yeah, there's lots of things we could do. And by the way, in April, I'm going to have 2 soul stories coming out. There's been a lot of talk on Twitter lately about dreams, and so I'm going to devote one of my soul story segments. I don't know if I'm going to need a part 1 or part 2 or not on that, but about myself and my family's experience with dreams and dreaming, and some of the interesting stories I have to tell thereof. And then I'm going to do a soul stories on, what was it? Uh-oh, I forgot. Oh, yes, because it came up in Thursday's live stream. We're going to do how I got my magical name, Banshee, Banshee's shadow wolf, actually. And the amazing thing that happened to kind of validate my selection.
Not to be put off by her proliferativeness, I plan on doing very soon, because we did touch upon it at the early parts of the show, our devotional, go ahead and cut them, aspects with Kuan Yin, the Eastern goddess. I'm going to do a meditation on Kuan Yin. It's one I've done a number of times in our communities, and it's usually really nice.
And maybe I'll sing the chant in that one.
And then I'm also planning on contributing to the soul stories by doing a story that I call A Pigeon Ascending.
Okay.
3 cards?
Yes, I cut them, so
right.
Yes.
And this was general for Laura. That's right. All right.
Okay.
We have the Knight of Wands reversed. The 6 of Cups. Sassy wants to attack the tripod. And the 6 of Cups was upright. The 2 of Cups reversed. So that's a general reading there. Let's take a look at that.
I just gave her my pen.
There you go. So with the Knight of Wands reversed, it says that maybe it's possible you're going to find out that you can't trust somebody anymore. Somebody maybe is actually played against you in some respect.
Sorry.
And I don't know why, but I get the feeling like it's maybe somebody you've known a long time. So I'm wondering actually if it's a person who maybe every once in a while does this. They say mean things, or they do mean things, and then of course they say, but we've been friends forever, so you have to forgive me. But maybe this time they won't. The 2 of Cups reversed. Maybe this will be the end. I kind of told a whole story there. I don't know if you caught that.
I missed part of it, but I caught most of it. But that doesn't mean...
Well, what do you want to say?
No. The Knight of Wands is a coming or going of a matter connected with business, possibly, or some type of enterprise. And so, I don't know, this is like a general for April. Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think a lot of us are concerned about our livelihoods right now. So, keep that in mind. But you have a lot of cup energy going on here, which means to me, maybe this coming or going is connected with a relationship or partnership. It could be somebody from your past. You're thinking about a lot of the good times and the happy memories, and that maybe, things could be rekindled or a friendship could be reestablished. But it looks like this is over and done.
Right. I get the feeling that it's something from your past. Maybe it's a childhood connection. I sort of feel it could be that long ago. Or maybe it's just a strong connection from a few years back. But I get the feeling like you're parting ways, and I felt, unlike you,
that could be a person,
that
too.
This, to me, felt like somebody who has possibly been untrustworthy before, and so it's finally decided to, part ways.
That's probably the part I missed in your...
Yes, that's
story.
Probably what it was. So that's kind of what I'm feeling there. I imagine some other opportunities are possible that, like maybe it isn't exactly like that. But yeah, that may be the emotional thing that's going to be more important in the next several weeks. There may not be much else going on in that department. Sassy can be so funny with that pen, but she gets a little bit wild. The fish.
Yeah, but it's with that. So what I would suggest with the Scythe and the Fish is that, going to have to really guard our resources, in the month ahead. Yeah, be very careful with your financial flow because this is more about money and resources than relationships here. And so I sense that, there's going to be cutbacks. There's going to be some, or you yourself are just going to have to be holding on to things better because there could be some issues, with resources and flow of
Do you think there's
cash.
a connection between that and these?
Somehow I don't. I think it's a
Okay.
separate issue somehow. I do. But if you see a connection,
Well, I'm
by
just
all
wondering
means.
if maybe this situation is related to somebody who has proved untrustworthy, and that's where the cutting
The cutting the cord goes or the cutting the flow of energy
maybe.
towards them
I
goes. I
just
can see that,
sensed a minor
but
connection there.
yeah, I can see that. But sometimes when we do a general reading for the audience, I just go with it. I felt it might be a separate issue going on in the month. Like it's not all going to revolve around this. This might be something else. But I think what he says could have merit for this as well.
Well, Mr. O regrets that sometimes he falls into the soap opera trap where like everyone
Yeah.
is somebody's cousin that you never knew and then now they're here and you have to deal with it.
No, well, I see what but what you're doing is you're weaving a full and whole story, and to me, that's very valid too. That's what tarot is all about, So you're just and it's good. Sometimes I do that too with these. It
As a
just
final note, I
depends.
see a resonance between the Two of Cups and the fish, the watery
Sure.
emotional realm, and I maybe get the feeling that oh, I had a thought there and I kind of lost it. I'm sorry, I lost it.
How many times that has happened?
Bye,
But
esoterics.
see ya, ET.
We're winding down. Alrighty, so that's what we have, Laura. So I hope you saw that.
Yeah. And good luck with the month ahead.
See you next week, too.
Yes, we will. Hey, Jenna, you are up. Guess what? It is your turn. And then Libra. And we call it a day.
So we're doing something else unusual this week, which is that we are actually having groceries delivered. I think I said that, didn't I?
Maybe.
Maybe. And those will be
Might
coming
have
in
tuned
on
it out.
Wednesday. But
Yeah.
while we're here, I'm going to briefly remind you of our schedule. We are on again next Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. That's 6 p.m. for you, Jenna. And of course, we're also on Facebook every day with our Facebook Tarot Card of the Day. That's also posted on Twitter. So we hope you check those
It's
out.
1:11 where Ronnie is right now.
Ah, you're in sort of one of those in between spots. You're not like right on the hour. And if you are over there in India or Asia now, it's so vast that you can actually demarcate regions of time or something like that. Past life reading, 1:11 a.m. Pretty wild.
Oh,
So you're more
AM.
like in that half an hour spot over because everyone else is saying they're on an hour. So your region is so big. That's fabulous. Are you doing your cards?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Past life reading.
Shuffle away, Mr. O.
Alrighty.
Huh. Yeah, I gotta wonder sometimes too with certain talents or habits of mine, what they would have led me in a past life to be. But, so that was interesting.
Well, I think I mentioned on one of these shows a while back that I thought that my last human incarnation was possibly in the opening decades of the 1700s, 1720-ish, and that I was a stable hand, probably in a part of the country that was not yet deemed to be Pennsylvania, the territory that it would have been before it was a state. And some of that came through on my own, but then some of it was clarified in another reading I had. grabbing more?
Well, I'm going to think about this one a minute. This may be where we'll want to throw more cards to see if we can get a profession. But what I'm seeing, there's no propensity. There's a wand, there's a cup, there's a pentacle. There were balance issues in your life for sure. You've got the Two of Pentacles reversed here. That's one thing I can show. And then you have the Knave, which is the Page of Cups, upright. And you have the Knight of Wands reversed. And you know, I don't know why, but I'm kind of getting the feeling here that you are somebody who either you had a lot of dreams and imaginative ideas and things like that, but you just couldn't find a good way to get them off the ground. You couldn't get anybody to either listen to them or take it seriously.
You fell in with the wrong guy or wrong person.
It could be.
I'm thinking that's what that is. It may have been somebody who actually stole those ideas, perhaps.
Yeah, that could be.
Or caused you not to fulfill them. But that's what I'm thinking it is that you had a life where maybe you were, and this is once again maybe not real current, but not real ancient, and maybe more in the several hundred years ago where, you know, society was more defined by genders and or classes.
I mean, it's possible too. I want to get some more cards on this, so he's shuffling and I'll shuffle, because I'm looking at this and wondering too if, let me just see what we get, because I want to see if I'm right about this. I'm not going to tip my hand yet.
Well, she says, are they good cards? What do you say? I just say they just describe situations. I don't know that they're particularly good. I just
well,
think
the Knight of Wands has a little bit of a negativity attached to it. I don't think the Two of Pentacles is good or bad, but it does show that there was an imbalance in your life in some way. And we'll see if we can't try to read more into this.
The imbalance could be related to the fact that maybe there was just a lot of things going on and you weren't always able to fulfill or work on your dreams because you had responsibilities. And I'm thinking it's, once again, it's more of a countryish life where maybe you just, you know, had to do work.
It's funny you're saying that, because I do sense a countryish life as well. Maybe kind of a nomadic existence of sorts. But let me see what we get here. Okay. Again, it's very interesting. Well, we do have a sword, but what do we have? 2 coins? Yeah, we do have 2 coins. So, money was not really good for you in this life. You struggled.
You struggled.
You have
with
the
money.
Ace of Coins reversed. And again, this might be, again, you kept coming up with things and ideas and ways to do things that they just didn't pan out. They just didn't pay off. So it was kind of a struggle maintaining that balance.
Well, you had to give some of that up. You had to give up some of those things
and
because
like
you had to be more of a responsible person.
You had some kind of responsibilities to look after, whether it was family, but you needed to look after stuff. And so you had to sacrifice some of your dreams for that. And the Nine of Swords reversed indicates to me that your life did have some tragedies about it that you were recovering from.
Somebody died. Maybe it was this person who was a little bit of a hard person, but they died, and then you had to become the person in charge of things, and you probably really had some suffering due to that, or some sense of healing. Like you may even have felt that maybe you wished for them to die because they were mean to you, and so that left a harsh feeling on you.
Whoa, that's a reach, but I'll take it.
Well, we're telling a story.
We are.
Here.
You know what I would say, too, is that I don't know why I'm looking at these, and maybe Mr. O can help me. Are you getting a male or female out of this?
That Jenna was?
Yeah.
I think in that lifetime, Jenna was female, and that this was a male person who was overlording them a little bit. Come on, son, man.
Just a minute, son. I would maybe see that. I was leaning towards female.
Yes. I am
Just
too.
because, because of the earth cards, that's what I was kind of leaning towards.
Okay.
Well, and time period or place.
I'm thinking several hundred to even maybe a little bit back towards the 1200s. I mean, I think it's more in the 1000 up.
I'm thinking farming or farmland. I'm
Yeah.
thinking definitely something where, there was some growing things involved.
Right. I think so too. And I just think that you're the kind of person who really was creative, and maybe you could sing or do music, or maybe you knew how to create beautiful things, but nobody wanted you to do that because they wanted you to work harder because you had a family to take care of or other kinds of responsibilities.
And were you leaning further back because for some reason?
1000 and up.
Oh, okay.
Like I think it could be 300 years ago to 800 years ago, approximately, somewhere in that range. So 800 is around the 1200s.
Then maybe 600.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I'm thinking of the number 6. I was thinking of maybe 16th century, but when you said that, I could easily say 600 because there's something about the number 6 I'm feeling. And that's all we have for you, Jenna. This is the best we can do.
So yeah, if you ever check it out with another reader or somehow, you'll have to tell us if they felt that too.
And what we're giving you guys, you may just want to meditate on it. You may try to visualize things, go to sleep thinking about it, look up time periods or things that kind of, that resonated with you, and see if, you can't come up with something more on your own as well. I think I got all my cards out from under him. Hey, Libra Cusp, you are up. You are up. It is your turn.
And that's our last one too,
Yes.
isn't it? Alrighty. All right, Libra Cusp. Thank you for waiting. Sunman is here to say hello to you.
Yes, Sunman has arrived.
Sunny.
Yay, Sunny. This is my cuddle, my morning cuddle kitty. What are you doing with those weird angles? You're welcome, Jenna. Hey, Libra, you are up.
Are you still with us? Don't eat the wires, Sunman. Oh, Sunny boy.
He is so lazy. Lazy little kitty. You want to wrestle, don't you? Here, I'll give you the pen. Wrestle my pen. They don't like pens for some reason. Or they do. They like to play with them and bite them and knock them out of my hand.
Sunny is the perfect name for this guy. It really is.
So we hear from Libra yet? Libra.
They would be fun to sit for. When our granddaughter was younger, she used to come by and she could totally entertain herself and them with these guys. She still sees them probably, before the quarantine happened.
Yeah.
She would see them several times a week because she would usually drop in here.
She would drop off after school and wait for her dad to pick her up. And so she would be here entertaining our cats. Now it's us. Last call, Libra.
They really do sleep about 15 hours a day. I can't believe how much they sleep. But anyway, so let's go through things again.
Sure.
Banshee just posted the third one of her soul stories and has one or two more coming down the pike,
Oh,
as
yeah.
will I. Also, too, we recently did the monthly modality messages, and those are a monthly installment that we usually put out as the sun moves into the next astrological sign. So the next one's going to be when the sun moves into Aries, and that will be on or approximately April 20th or so. April 19th, actually, right?
Yeah.
Right.
For
Or
what?
it's actually into Taurus.
Yeah.
The sun moving into Taurus.
The sun moves into Taurus, I think, this year on the 19th, but I'm not sure. Sometimes it moves in on the 20th, so not sure this year. I was born on the cusp of Aries Taurus, just an hour or so away from Taurus.
And if you happen to be out there watching us silently and you are a tarot deck producer,
Oh, jeez.
give us permission to use your deck and we'll feature
You're really
it.
going through all the announcements, aren't you, Mr. O?
Side note is that we do use the MJ Cullinane Crow Tarot, which is a lovely tarot, and we use that for our daily reading, which is on Facebook every day.
Yeah, I don't take a picture of each card from that deck, but that is the deck we actually use to do the readings from. We love that deck. It's very nice. And
Once in a while we use it here, but we haven't used it in a little while.
yeah. But anyway, so the other thing is I will be doing, like I said, 2 soul stories in April, and then I have one big one for May. Now, that one might be a part 1, part 2. I'm not sure.
Bye, Masonic.
Take care, Masonic. We'll see ya. I guess Libra's not here, so we are pretty much done at 3:55. Is there any other announcements? Are we
Well,
doing?
I'm going to answer Jenna's question. I
Okay.
believe you have to work with an agency that has dogs, that is allowed to have dogs. So it could be, your humane or anti-cruelty society, or it could also be an
There are
individual
foster groups,
local
too.
groups
Yeah.
who are able or licensed to hold dogs or cats or animals. And you can work with them as their partner. And basically, it is an agreement, I believe. You might be able to make a contract month by month, or maybe they're set amount of months,
Yeah,
but you basically
I don't know
host
what the
them.
rules are. And like maybe some of these, if you have, if you're just fostering them, if the pet has a problem, then I would assume it's possible that the place would still pay for the work, but I don't know. I mean, it may differ from place to place, so I guess you just have to check it out.
I've had a coworker who used to foster dogs mostly. I don't think she fostered cats. And she did that for a number of years, and it was a pretty rewarding experience to her.
Absolutely. So we close on the beautiful Kuan Yin there, who is the goddess of compassion and mercy and enlightenment. And
Shall we sing the song? And we're not even on
Shall we
camera, so
try?
they'll just hear those voices.
oh gosh, we could try.
Go ahead.
You want me to try? Oh gosh. Mother of mercy, goddess Kuan Yin, help us to find the goddess within. Mother of mercy, goddess Kuan Yin, lead us to the light, let healing begin. We wish everybody. Okay, once he's done.
Oh, hi.
I would say everybody stay safe. Take care of yourselves. We want to see you all here next time, okay?
That's right.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye,
Bye-bye,
everybody.
everybody.